Hello again and welcome back to Squint and It's Mint. This is part 2 of the transit. So finishing off the battery tray, perhaps. These videos were done, these clips were done back in June of 2022. We stopped work on this because we were doing the Mark II Escort and getting that ready for the event in December. So with that all done, we're full steam ahead with this transit now. So after this part 2, we will be moving a lot quicker because the filming is like now, which is January 2023. So we're continually working on it, things are moving along nicely, and hopefully the videos will be more and more interesting. Enjoy, thank you. I've set this up on a piece of railway line. This doesn't feel ideal because I can't really clamp it properly. This clamp's not holding, that one's alright. Let's see if I can do something better about that, but it doesn't want to play, it wants to slip off. Maybe that's got it. Yeah, okay. It's very warm today. Everything is sweaty. If I slip and sort of rip my stomach open, that'll be something, wouldn't it? I think now that's down, I'll go to beat the rest of it. Phew. Bastard. That's not what I wanted. Right, the rail is gone. I've got a bit of angle iron and a bit of wood. That's not going easily, right. Oh, for a press brake. Try, okay. Wrong hammer. Right hammer. That's a waffle on that hammer. One day I'll grind it off. It's supposed to be for stretching or shrinking or something. But it ain't gonna work. Too hot for this shit, I tell you. Oh. No, it's not gripping. It's all slippery like me. Maybe do that because we've bent already, and maybe just try and now form it over. Form it over the rail. No, touching on the vice there. Just touching on the vice there. Third inconvenience. I have another option. Right. What should I say again? Right. 4-inch I-beam. Whew. Bit more room to watch for snakes bolting. This is not going as I imagined. Really not going as I imagined. Eventually, I've got 90 degrees. Relatively flat through there, not perfect, but it's okay. But geez, what a struggle. I mean, if you do little tabs like this, you can just, you know, tap them over an edge, hold it flat, tap them over an edge with a hammer. But doing these long land areas, long in both directions manually, is nigh on impossible without any sort of jig or assistance, mechanical leverage assistance of some sort. So anyway, waffle over. I got the battery ran out, by the way, so I continued on. I used the planishing air hammer gun thing, going in there and around the corner and this, that and the other, and eventually, I don't know if you can see, I popped it in there as well. You see that? Down here's like the gap, so tweaked it in there as well and stood on it and did all sorts of shit. But yeah, eventually we've got, after far too long, far too much time, and eventually we've got the shape we want. So the next thing to do is finish bending this tab up, finish bending that tab up, and then bend those two in. I've got to say, this steer is extremely stiff. There's no malleability in it at all. If you take, like, you know, a piece of old car, or you work with the car itself, I mean, this sort of gauge, you can bend it, you can work it, you can sort of move it around. This stuff is just rock hard. I'm still not convinced the tab is the right way to do it. I might end up cutting them off and just welding up the corner, but we'll see. Okay, this really doesn't want to go all the way down. So the first thing to do would be to check the height of the battery and then work out how far I've got to go down with it. Once I've gone down with it, I can determine what that height needs to be. So I did 3 cuts, one there, one there, one there. That was already cut, so that's 4 cuts or whatever. And the reason for cutting this is because obviously with that angle in there, it ain't going to go in there, ain't going to hide in there. So what I might do is bend that down across at that angle and then put a slit in it, so you can carry up that thingamajiggy. I know what I'm talking about. You don't need to, you just watch. And what I did is used the famous Kyle Carter all-16ths. And if you ever watch this Kyle, I doubt you ever will, thank you very much for the amusing content. Ooh. Do it a deeper one, but this is what I've got. So I can just slip that up through there, and yeah, just put a weld in there, and I can put a piece of metal in there if I need to. I should probably thin that down anyway. The plan is that goes in there like that. You can see the you can see the deliberate mistake, can't you, with all that gap in there. That's not strictly how it should be, because there's a battery tray somewhere. There's the battery tray. There's the battery tray. tray. And then that's the battery. Goes in there. I reckon that will have enough clearance. I hope it's safe there. Just about to do some jiggery pokery. Rest the bonnet on. So some of you will have seen the sagas I had with bonnets and boots on the old Escort over there. This I'm not going to have the same saga. I have two bonnets, I seem to have spares of everything. This is a new old stock Ford original part with the original Ford part number on there still. Okay, it's not perfect, there's some dings in it, but this is the one we'll be using. That is going to be right. Let me get a torch. Got it? See it? Let me get my head under there so I can understand as well. Yeah, that is loads of space. I'm going to measure that because it could actually go back up higher with the battery comfortably, and then that gap that grew by dropping the whole lot will magically disappear as well. Ow! Just bite my head. So that's like, well, it's not like, it is 70, nearly 80 mil. Probably is because of parallax, 80 mil. So I can easily go up 20, 30 mil. The space that I need here is about 25 mil. So I can do that. It's easy enough to rectify the bend I just made. It's easy enough to rectify that, just straighten it out again and rebend it. That's about it. 12. I lost my cameraman, so I'll have to be putting the camera down and picking it up and turning it on and off. But that's approximately it. I still want to roll that top edge over, as do I want to do the bottom edge, and I might cut that to follow the inner wing down to that point and then come out. That's the ice cream tricycle. You ever seen them, like 110, 125cc step through motorbike with a sidecar, which is a fridge and an umbrella, and they drive around selling ice creams. So I'm not having ice cream, we're having something better. I think we're in. And I just had a panic. Well, I didn't really panic, but one of them like whoop moments where your heart sort of like sinks. Just couldn't remember having checked the hinges, but the hinges will be fine. I've just folded this edge over here, so just hammer that over. Said before, this is extremely stiff steel. So taking some hammering, but that's straight enough. That's okay. It's not too bad. Front edge looks good. That's the top edge of the battery tray. That's the sky. And this is the front edge here. So I'll just make some noise and, well, I guess it'll be a tune for you. I'll just put some music on and you can just watch it in fast motion. So clamped in position. Let it begin. Alright, I think that's a nice enough edge there now. So I've got top and bottom edges are folded. I think I'm going to do away with this lip here, because after all it's not a cardboard box, it's stiff metal. So I think what I'll do is mark a 90 onto there. Cut that, fold that in, because that lip's stopping it coming in tight. But yeah, cut that, fold it in, and weld it up. And the same on this corner here. And actually get that nice and tidy. I'll radius the corners off and stuff like that later. This I'll radius to fit the car. And I should probably do something similar there. So with a bit more noise, I've returned that flange to approximately where it was before. A little bit of a crease there. That's all alright-ish. So now what I'll do is, knowing what the measurement is that I do need, is rebend that to get the right height for the tray. So that's my line, I'm pretty sure. That's what I'm looking for height now. So to Kyle's all 16ths. So we can bend this down to where I want it. I'm going to have to weld that up, but hopefully I can do it all at the same time. Just right there. well, that says it's plumb level. Doesn't need to be perfectly level, but reasonably level is a lot better than 10 or 15 degrees off, because obviously there's a battery sitting on it. Well, that was the battery tray. Now there's a twist. You have to stick around for that. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously you saw me struggling with that horrible steel. I wonder if there's any lying around. It really is nasty stuff. It's zinc plated. I've since been on to a gentleman in Australia. His name's Elliot, and I'm just looking for his surname. He's got a YouTube channel, Elliot Armstrong Watkins. He's an absolute magician. He reproduces parts for Capris, and he does all the classic work on Jaguars and stuff like that. A great channel, so I suggest you go and look at him. He really can teach you something. So thanks to Elliot for your tips on what material to use. The thing is, it's not commercially available from the normal sort of steel suppliers. So I've got to find maybe a factory that uses it and try and get some off them. I think it's called CW3 or something like that. Apparently it's got lead in it. That's a lot easier to form. So when I start doing stuff later on with some of the other cars, I've got to get some of that, because the plate that I use for that battery tray just isn't suitable for making any flow forming. As always, if you stayed this long and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share and like, tell your mates, make comments, let us know what you want to see. Thanks again. Cheers. Bye bye.